Hi, this is Wilson. We're back with a little bit of a Dungeon Plungin update. We've just come into our first room here, so that was really our first construction phase. And there was nothing in this room in terms of monsters, but there was a chest. So our thief by the name of Ender, you can see here indicated by the Scrabble tile with an E. That's Ender. Ender checked the chest, and the chest was unlocked. And to do that, you basically roll on the chest chart a d6. So that's all here. And then the second thing you want to do is, I take it. It says. Actually, I think I had that wrong, but it's not going to make a difference to my game. So the chest is actually locked. So let's take that back, because what I do, this will be helpful. What I do to signify that it's locked is I circle it. So now I know it's locked. So rather good. It's good to know because I rolled a 3. So the chest is locked, which means it says difficulty 1. Now to me that means it'll take. I have to succeed. There's a difficulty 1 in order to get through the lock. In order to get to a chest, in order to open a chest, first of all you would look for a trap, and then you would disarm it, and then you would unlock and open the chest. So I did look for the trap. I need a success. It says difficulty 1, and I think that difficulty 1 basically means on my what's it called? My wit. So I did a check on that, and I determined that there was a poison needle in the chest. So I've left it unopened. At this point, in order to open that, I would need to succeed at another difficulty 1 wit check. And since I only have a wit of 3, I don't trust it. So I'm going to leave that chest unopened for now. It's locked anyway, so I'd have to pick the lock, disarm the trap, or disarm the trap, then pick the lock. Okay, so we're going to come into this room. As I said before, we know from this room, this is how I notate things, is that this door is a locked door, whereas these doors are not locked because I haven't colored them in. So instead of trying this door, we're going to go to this door. Now I realize that there's at the time of day here, there's a very uncomfortable bit of sunshine coming through, but I don't think this video is going to be very long, so we'll just move on through that in order to construct the next room or hallway, as it were. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get to the next hallway, or excuse me, the next room, and then we'll end it there to keep things brief again. So they're at the door, and because it's unlocked, I know that I can put Attila and Tank in front. Those are my 2 fighters. So rather than having to put Ender at the front to pick the lock, I don't have to risk him. And Yara's always at the back. She's always ready to cast her. It's not a spell, but it's her mana wand. Okay, so we're going to open the door. It's unlocked. I don't know whether to treat this, again, because of the conflict in the rules I still haven't looked into. I guess I just need to make a decision, could these doors be trapped or not? I'm going to say no. I'm going to call these normal doors as per the rules, and I do have the rules right in front of me. It's possible I could flip to them right now. But anyway, I'm going to treat it as a normal door, which means that it can't be trapped. Okay? So let's go on through. So we roll on our location chart, which is 2d6. I'll try to roll out of the sunlight here. And I get a 2 and a 3, which is obviously 5. So it's a 6x6 room with 3 doors. That's good. So let's draw our 6x6 room. Again, 3 doors includes the one we've come into. So I'm going to put a door, let's see. I'm going to put a door at the end, so here, and I'm going to put a door down here. And as I said before, you do have to do 1 door per side. You can't have 2 doors on the same side. But what this, and you're supposed to put it in the center, so it's sort of equidistant on the wall. But I think I give myself the flexibility to move that around. And so what I've done, if you can see that through the sunshine, I've moved it a little bit further up so that it doesn't come into contact with this door. Now if I get a 6x6 room through here or through here, I might actually connect the two. I sort of take liberties that way when I'm building my dungeon. So the first thing I'm going to do, so I'm remembering, is I'm going to actually go up to our time span counter, and I'm going to cross off the 11. So now we've gone through 2 construction phases. But I still don't know what's in this room. First thing we're going to do is we're going to roll on the doorway chart. We're going to roll on the door. Actually, we'll go clockwise. When that one's unlocked, let's check the one at the bottom. A D6 is a 1. So this door is unlocked. And this door, let's roll for it, is a 2. So both doors are unlocked. So that's good. Now the encounter chart will give me the contents of the room. And this is also 1d6. It's a 4. So I know there's 1 chest as well as monsters. First thing I'm going to do is place the chest. Remember how we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I just rolled. So you do 6 coming across the top horizontally. And you come down now 2. So the chest is right inside the door. And I'm already going to roll on this to see if it's locked or not. A 3 indicates that it is locked. So we're going to indicate that further with the circle. And before we get any further, we're told that we need to put monsters in this room as well. So let's do that. Let's occupy the room. It's a number 6. That is a gargoyle, and it's D4. So bringing up the trusty D4. Actually, trusty is a little bit of a... If anything is untrustworthy, it says D4. All right, let's roll it. I'll be shocked if it's not a 4. It's a 3. I guess I'm shocked. All right, so I'm going to pull out these 3. These are furniture, you know, they go on the bottom of chairs or something. They're sort of fuzzy felt pieces, but they fit nicely. So these will be my 3 gargoyles, and we place these the same way we would place a treasure chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The top one will be the top for me. So 4 and 6. The top is 3, the bottom is 3, and the last gargoyle is a 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5. So there's our room situation. Now, before I step into the room and before I enter into combat, the one thing that I would want to point out about the knocking wall quest in particular is that it doesn't seem to have a monster awareness chart on it. At least, pretty sure it doesn't. Okay, so in other scenarios, there was a good chance that everything was normal, but other than that, there was also a slight chance that the monsters would be ready to ambush me, in which case they would get the first attack, and there's some things involved with that. There's also a slim chance that the monsters would have been asleep, in which case you can actually sneak around them and so forth, and you don't have to engage them. I could even perhaps empty the contents of the chest without ever awaking them, or I could stand over them and just sort of start hacking away, and you get the advantage that way. So I'm not sure what the awareness of these gargoyles is. I'm also never sure about entering into the room. Because I have my 2 fighters here, I do that intentionally, as I said earlier. The way I tend to run it is this. I take my fighters and I put them in the first 2 squares of the room. And then I take my other 2 guys, my magic user, my thief, and they're just, they're right in behind. So basically what I do, this is just sort of a house rule because I don't have clarity around this. What I do is that I don't even really consider that a move. I consider that as part of opening the door. And this is what we've opened the door to. This is how we've opened the door. Once we opened it, this is the situation. So this is just a snapshot of what's natural. And then we will go from here. We will engage from here. And there's going to be a fight. And after this fight, we will again look at the chest. And once we've looked at the chest, we will use one of these doors, probably this one, and start heading back in a southerly direction. So for now, let me say that's all. I'm going to do a little bit of reading in the rules around engagement without an awareness check to see who engages who first, just to make sure I get that right. And we'll come back with more of round 2 in my efforts at Dungeon Plungin. So this is Wilson. See you soon.